The Evolution of Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, Exploring its Psychological Foundations. Albert Ellis, the founder of Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT, was influenced by several psychological theories and models in developing his groundbreaking therapeutic approach. This video explores the major psychological theories and models that shaped Ellis's thinking, examining how elements from these theories were integrated into REBT. The video discusses the contributions of theorists such as Sigmund Freud, Karen Horney, Alfred Adler, Aaron Beck, and Albert Bandura, among others, to the development of REBT. Through an analysis of these theories and their incorporation into REBT, we gain insight into the eclectic and pragmatic nature of Ellis's approach. Introduction. Albert Ellis's Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT, is the earliest form of cognitive behavioral therapy and has had a significant impact on the field of psychotherapy. Ellis drew inspiration from various psychological theories and models, synthesizing them into a pragmatic and effective therapeutic approach. Understanding the theoretical underpinnings of REBT requires an exploration of the major psychological theories and models that influenced Ellis's thinking. Let's consider 5 major psychological theories and models influencing Albert Ellis. 1. Psychoanalytic theory. Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory provided a foundational understanding of human behavior and the role of unconscious processes. Freud's emphasis on the significance of early childhood experiences, defense mechanisms, and the influence of irrational thoughts on emotions resonated with Ellis. While Ellis diverged from Freud's deterministic perspective, he acknowledged the importance of early experiences in shaping irrational beliefs, a key concept in REBT. 2. Psychodynamic theory and Karen Horney. Karen Horney, a pioneering psychoanalyst, made significant contributions to the understanding of neurosis and personality development. One of her central concepts was the notion of the tyranny of the shoulds, which refers to the rigid and unrealistic standards individuals impose upon themselves. Horney argued that these shoulds originate from internalized cultural and societal norms, leading to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and self-criticism. Albert Ellis was influenced by Karen Horney's ideas, particularly her insights into the impact of unrealistic expectations and self-judgments on psychological well-being. The concept of the tyranny of the shoulds resonated with Ellis's understanding of irrational beliefs in rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT. Ellis recognized that individuals often adhere to rigid and absolutist beliefs about themselves, others, and the world, which contribute to emotional distress and maladaptive behaviors. In REBT, the concept of the tyranny of the shoulds aligns closely with Ellis's notion of demandingness, one of the core irrational beliefs identified in his ABC model. Demandingness refers to the tendency to rigidly impose unrealistic expectations and standards upon oneself, others, and the world. These demanding beliefs often take the form of shoulds, musts, and oughts, mirroring Horney's concept of the shoulds that govern individuals' lives. Through REBT, clients learn to identify and challenge their irrational beliefs, including the rigid standards imposed by the tyranny of the shoulds. By examining the origins and consequences of these demanding beliefs, clients gain insight into the irrationality and inflexibility of their thinking patterns. Through cognitive restructuring and behavioral interventions, clients develop more flexible and adaptive beliefs, fostering emotional resilience and psychological well-being. Karen Horney's concept of the tyranny of the shoulds provides valuable insights into the nature of irrational beliefs and their impact on individuals' psychological functioning. Albert Ellis's Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT, integrates Horney's ideas into its theoretical framework, emphasizing the role of demandingness and unrealistic expectations in emotional distress. By addressing the tyranny of the shoulds through cognitive restructuring and behavioral change, RBT offers a practical and effective approach to promoting psychological resilience and personal growth. In summary, Karen Horney's work on the tyranny of the shoulds enriches our understanding of irrational beliefs and contributes to the evolution of cognitive behavioral therapies like RBT. By recognizing the influence of societal norms and cultural expectations on individual well-being, therapists can assist clients in challenging rigid standards and cultivating more adaptive beliefs and behaviors. Horney's legacy continues to inform contemporary approaches to psychotherapy, highlighting the importance of addressing unrealistic expectations and promoting self-compassion in the pursuit of psychological health. 3. Individual psychology. Alfred Adler's individual psychology focused on the individual's subjective experiences, feelings of inferiority, and the pursuit of superiority. Ellis appreciated Adler's emphasis on subjective perceptions and the role of faulty thinking patterns in psychological distress. Adler's concept of the inferiority complex and the individual's efforts to compensate for perceived inadequacies contributed to Ellis's understanding of irrational beliefs in RBT. 4. Cognitive theory and cognitive behavioral therapy. Aaron Beck. Aaron Beck's cognitive theory, which emerged in the late 1950s and 1960s, proposed that distorted thinking patterns contribute to emotional disturbances. Beck's cognitive triad, which highlights negative beliefs about the self, the world, and the future, influenced Albert Ellis's formulation of irrational beliefs in rational emotive behavior therapy, RBT. Both Beck and Ellis emphasized the importance of identifying and challenging cognitive distortions to alleviate emotional distress. Moreover, it is crucial to note that RBT actually predates the formal development of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and greatly influenced its evolution. While Ellis's RBT was gaining traction in the 1950s and 1960s, Aaron Beck was also developing his cognitive therapy approach. Ellis's emphasis on the role of irrational beliefs and cognitive distortions in emotional disturbance laid the groundwork for Beck's cognitive model. The influence of REBT on the development of CBT is significant. Beck himself acknowledged the impact of Ellis's work on his cognitive therapy approach. The collaborative exchange between Ellis and Beck, along with other pioneers in the field, contributed to the integration of cognitive and behavioral principles into a unified therapeutic approach. RET's emphasis on identifying and challenging irrational beliefs, as well as its structured and directive nature, served as a model for subsequent cognitive behavioral therapies. The cognitive restructuring techniques central to CBT draw heavily from Ellis's early work in RBT. Therefore, while Beck's cognitive therapy expanded upon and refined cognitive principles, the foundational ideas of RBT greatly influenced the development and evolution of CBT as a whole. In summary, Albert Ellis's rational emotive behavior therapy not only incorporated elements of cognitive theory but also laid the groundwork for the emergence of cognitive behavioral therapy. The interplay between RBT and CBT reflects the dynamic nature of psychotherapeutic innovation and the collaborative efforts of theorists in advancing the field of cognitive and behavioral therapies. 5. Social learning theory. Albert Bandura's social learning theory emphasized the role of observational learning, self-efficacy beliefs, and cognitive processes in human behavior. Ellis integrated elements of social learning theory into RBT by emphasizing the importance of self-talk, self-evaluation, and the acquisition of irrational beliefs through social interactions. Bandura's concept of self-efficacy resonated with Ellis's focus on empowering clients to change their irrational beliefs and maladaptive behaviors. Incorporation of psychological theories into RBT. Albert Ellis's RBT integrates elements from various psychological theories into a coherent framework for understanding and treating emotional distress. The following are key aspects of REBT that reflect the influence of psychological theories. 1. ABC model. The ABC model is a central component of REBT, where A stands for activating event, B for belief system, and C for emotional consequence. This model reflects Ellis's integration of cognitive and behavioral principles derived from cognitive and social learning theories. The ABC model highlights the role of irrational beliefs, B, in mediating the relationship between activating events, A, and emotional consequences, C. 2. Cognitive restructuring. REBT emphasizes cognitive restructuring techniques aimed at identifying and challenging irrational beliefs. This therapeutic intervention is similar but different from cognitive theory, particularly Aaron Beck's cognitive restructuring techniques, which involve disputing irrational thoughts and replacing them with rational alternatives. Through cognitive restructuring, clients learn to recognize and modify distorted thinking patterns, leading to emotional resilience and well-being. The nature of the cognitive restructuring and REBT differ in some significant ways, but the overall intent is the same, that is, to identify, challenge, and replace irrational beliefs with rational ones. 3. Homework assignments. Consistent with social learning theory, REBT incorporates homework assignments to facilitate skill acquisition and behavioral change outside of therapy sessions. Homework assignments encourage clients to apply cognitive and behavioral techniques learned in therapy to real-life situations, promoting self-efficacy and mastery of coping skills. By actively engaging in behavioral experiments and practicing new behaviors, clients reinforce adaptive beliefs and behaviors. Albert Ellis's Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT, is a synthesis of diverse psychological theories and models that have shaped our understanding of human behavior and emotional well-being. From psychoanalytic insights into the unconscious mind to cognitive behavioral strategies for cognitive restructuring, REBT reflects the eclecticism and pragmatism of Ellis's therapeutic approach. By integrating elements from psychoanalytic, cognitive, and social learning theories, Ellis developed a comprehensive framework for addressing irrational beliefs and promoting psychological resilience. Understanding the influence of psychological theories on REBT enhances our appreciation of the theoretical foundations and clinical applications of this influential therapeutic approach.